everybody, and welcome back. I am the Sovereign, and this is my court. If this is your first time in attendance, hello. Please consider hitting the subscribe button before you leave our kingdom. A lot of you have been in my Instagram DMs, hitting me on Twitter, getting me in my email address, asking if I have a personal updated favorites list a month out from Miss Universe 2020, 2021. Like, it's so confusing. We are so behind schedule. Like, it's so much. But you're right. I do have an updated list because as the time goes on, as things are continuing, of course the girls are developing. We have just seen all of the contestants drop 60-second personal videos telling you a little bit about themselves, which I am going to do a video on, so make sure you find that video. But we've been able to see a bit more of them, watch them develop, watch them train, watch them learn and grow. So of course, as time goes on, we're gonna have different favorites. We're gonna see different women progressing. So I'm here with my updated list, and I look forward to seeing who are on some of your list. Here on the screen is my 20 all the way up to number 11. These, you can see that there are some new people on the list, and let's talk about some of the new people on the top 20 list before we hit top 10. Bahamas is my dark horse. She is a dark horse. Bahamas, I see you, girl. She has a lot of personality and charisma. My only thing with Bahamas is the styling, because leave it to some countries to consistently get the styling wrong, but she has everything working to be a top contender. But if that styling is not on point, I mean, you can't go up against Mexico, hell, even the United States. You just can't go up against some of these girls, especially like Venezuela, if your styling is not on point, because it kind of makes it seem as if you are not as dedicated to the process as other people, right? Imagine if you showed up to an interview and you weren't in proper interview attire. You just showed up in like jeans and a t-shirt, or God forbid, a onesie. Like, no one's really gonna take you too seriously if you're not putting your best foot forward. So Bahamas has all of the charisma, the intellect, the speaking ability to be a top contender. I'm just concerned about the styling. Hopefully we got the stage presentation on point. She could really turn this competition on its head. Another person I just didn't expect to, they just kind of came out of nowhere, Great Britain. Hello, Great Britain. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen Great Britain? She can speak, she can sing, but she can speak. She's another woman that is very charismatic. Charisma is going to be a big thing in this competition. I think other countries have definitely caught on to the fact that speaking ability is very important. So the one thing that is left on the table that it's very difficult for people to have, because it's not easily taught, and if it is taught, it takes years to learn, is charisma. If you're not born with it, it takes a lot of effort and energy to learn how to be charismatic and engaging. Great Britain has that 100% naturally. Like, she is engaging to the point where you want to see her, you want to listen to her. She automatically feels like a friend. Once again, styling. Pleased with the styling. I'm concerned. Like, there's certain countries I could just see it coming where I'm just going to be like, but did you study though? Like, did you try? Did you look? It seems like some countries, particularly the United States, puts more emphasis in their national competitions on speaking ability, as if the other two components don't matter. And in Miss Universe, they're not going to let that slide. So a lot of people like to tell me in the comments, but she can speak. Sure, she can. But if that's all you're bringing to the table, go to Miss World. They're more willing to overlook certain flaws in favor of speaking ability. Miss Universe is not. You got to bring all three elements to the table. So hopefully Great Britain can do it, because I definitely enjoy her charisma. Indonesia is steadily climbing back up my list. If you remember, in my original list, first time out the gate months ago, I had Indonesia top 5, but then we had speaking ability issues, and credit to the coaches who are putting the women through the endeavors of doing like IG lives and having them get together with other queens. That is really working in your favor. That is a brilliant idea. It's giving the girls time to practice and feel what it's like to be in front of a camera, to talk to an audience, to have questions thrown at them from people that they are not familiar with. It's giving them time to kind of be in the hot seat and feel what it potentially is going to be like to be Miss Universe. So to all the coaches who are having your girls do IG lives or talk to interviews with other queens, fantastic, because it's the practice that they need. And through the queens being able to do this, we've gotten to learn more about them, see how they have developed, and watch their speaking ability grow. And Indonesia is one of those girls who has definitely benefited from doing these IG lives and being able to practice her speaking, because when you are Miss Universe, a lot of your time is going to be spent in front of a camera. You need to learn how to connect with your audience, even when they are not directly in front of you. And I'm grateful to be getting a touch of relatability from Indonesia. Like, she's really starting to feel like a friend. So that comfortability is definitely going to benefit her, and she's climbing back up there. Now let's get into the top 10, which I have been debating about for weeks at this point because it's just such a shuffle. The girls are doing different things. They're getting better. They're developing. They're growing. They're changing. Like every day is like back and forth. Do I switch Brazil and Canada? Like where do I take this entirely too seriously. Some of you do too. Okay. It's still fun. It's still all for fun. Okay. But we do enjoy, we love Miss Universe. Let's be honest about that. Like we love Miss Universe. Okay. At number 10, I have South Africa. At number 9, I have Jamaica. Okay, let me leave a little note. Just a little note. I have to leave a note because Jamaica has been climbing. She's been doing the darn thing. Jamaica has become so relatable, so charismatic. She's obviously incredibly beautiful. Girl can work a stage. I would not be surprised if come prelims, Jamaica was knocking at the door of the top 5. This girl has consistently been getting better. And shout out to all of the Jamaican fans who have been supporting her so positively and believing in her so much. She is a very worthy competitor and you should be proud. Nicaragua. You guys can sleep on Nicaragua all you want. You can sleep on Nicaragua all you want. In fact, a lot of you are. A lot of you are sleeping on Nicaragua, but it won't be me. I won't be caught napping on the job. Nicaragua is being entirely overlooked and I just don't see how. I just don't see how. Like I do see everybody else's list and it's fun to see everybody else's list even though sometimes I think you guys are like half asleep. But how are we all sleeping? Like I'm not. Okay, Nicaragua, if you're watching, sis, I'm not sleeping on you. How is this even happening to where I'm not even seeing Nicaragua make some people's top 20? How? The girl is bringing style. She's bringing eloquency. She's bringing charisma. She's one of those girls that actually has a natural charisma about her. She's one of those girls that when she's in front of a camera, every time I see her in front of a camera, like I feel connected. Like I feel drawn to her. You guys aren't getting any of this besides the fact that she can perform on stage. Like some of you guys love a great stage performance, okay? Some of your lists are entirely based off of stage performance and you still don't have Nicaragua on your list. Y'all can sleep on her. Won't be me. I see you, girl. I see you, Nicaragua. And look, I will not be leaving you off my list. Don't expect me to just suddenly drop her off the list. She's not going anywhere. Have you seen her interviews? Have you not seen her interviews? Did you not see her during Fashion Week? Did you, like the giggles, the laughs, the smiles? She shines so brightly, and yet some of y'all have on sunglasses. Like, fine. It's fine. I see you, Nicaragua. Okay, love you, sis. Cambodia. India has been consistently developing. She's been consistently getting better. I think she's one of those girls that has actually benefited from doing some of the IG lives and having conversations with other people. Practicing that engagement helps. It's going to help you be comfortable in front of the judges. It's going to help you be comfortable in front of an audience. And she's one of those women I think is benefiting heavily from it. I'm seeing her be a bit more lively, a bit more bubbly. She's just more comfortable. And when we see a woman be more comfortable in front of us, it makes us feel more comfortable with them, right? Have you ever watched an anxious person either on camera or in front of you? Like it makes you feel uneasy. So when they become more comfortable and confident in their own ability to just be relatable or talk to people or have those conversations, it puts us more at ease. She has blossomed. She's blossomed. I've seen the photos, I've seen the pictures, and I'm sure that she's practicing her stage presentation, but I'm really happy that she's just opened up and she's letting more people into her. When you're able to make those personal connections, that's what's going to endear you to an audience. And India is kind of endearing herself to me. The Philippines. Ribia has been climbing. She has been working and therefore she has been climbing. Have you guys seen? I have been saying this forever and people always want to get mad at me in the comment section. Oh my God. I said when Ribia was crowned, she's going to have to do better. She can do better. I was like, Ribia can do better than this, okay? Because in the beginning, she didn't seem as sure of herself. I can look at a girl and be like, you know what? You're good, but this is not your best. I can look at a girl and be like, you know what, this is a great performance, but I know you have more in you. And Ribia was one of those people where I was like, no, this was fine. Like she did great during her national competition, which is why she won. But there's a moment where you're just like, yeah, she did great, but quite honestly, I know she can do better. And she's there. She finally blossomed. Oh my gosh, Ribia was dropping these photos and it was just like queen. It was straight queen energy. She blossomed from a princess with like very delicate energy to a true, strong empress, and I love to see it. I love to see it. I love to see a glow up, and Ribia gave us a glow up, a beautiful glow up, and she has been working her tail off. I'm well aware that she has been working her absolute butt off, literally at points, because we've seen her in the gym. Okay, she's doing everything she possibly can to be as prepared as possible for Miss Universe. And quite honestly, some other girls could learn from Rabia. Do you not see what you're up against? Because sometimes I'm watching videos or something and I'm like, you are not working. You are not practicing. Have you not been paying attention to Rabia? Or anybody else, but definitely Rabia. Do you see the work this girl is continuously putting in? Do you not see it? Are you not paying attention? Like, what are you over there taking naps with Snickers bars? I don't blame you. I do it sometimes. Okay, it's not Snickers, it's Kit Kats, but still, I have given up my chocolate. But sometimes, yes, okay, but I'm not in competition. You are. Are y'all not watching this woman work? Rabia has been working on every point, every factor that she possibly can to get better, and she's finally exuding the strength that I've been wanting from her. She's finally giving that energy to where she feels like a ruler. She feels like an independent woman that is in command of her own life, and I love to see it. As long as she keeps gaining confidence, that will give her more charisma when she presents herself on stage, and that's what she's going to need to overtake the few women that are further up the list. Australia. Like, you put that woman in front of a camera and you can't help but just be drawn to her. Besides just the looks, like, sis has got the looks. She's got the look. Like, she is beautiful. She is gorgeous. She can speak her butt off. She can speak her butt off, but she can be relatable. She feels like your best friend. Like, she gives off Miss Universe energy every time she opens her mouth. The only thing that I am concerned about with Australia, which I haven't been able to observe, and I don't think most of us have seen it, is her stage presentation, because she's up against some powerhouses. I know a lot of people have high expectations of her because of the way that she speaks and presents herself, but we don't know too much about her stage performance ability, and that can easily knock her way down the list if she's not practicing on that. That is going to be her weakest element, is most likely, I'm gonna guess, evening gown, because she exudes the type of energy that I expect her to give confidence during swimwear, but evening gown is a very subtle, delicate art. And if you have not practiced and you are not prepared, you will not survive Thailand, the Philippines, or Indonesia. But I have high hopes for her, which is why she's in my number 4 spot. At number 3, pretty big shakeup in the list, Mexico. Mexico used to be my number 1, but as I'm watching the other girls change and grow, there are a few women that are much more consistent than Mexico, and her weakest thing is going to be her relatability. There are some women who have a bit more charm, who have a bit more charisma, who are a bit more relatable, and that's going to be a thing that Mexico, if she was going to struggle with something, it would be that. It would be her ability to make a personal, emotional connection with her audience, because we all know that Mexico's great. Like, we all know she can perform, even she can speak, but she doesn't have the personal connection that maybe India has, that Philippines has, even USA. These girls are girls that you feel drawn to, that you just like really care about. No one questions how fabulous Mexico is. I think that's one thing she has in the bag, is everybody has a lot of confidence in her stage performance, but her ability to make a personal connection with the judges and the audience could be the one slight thing that would set her back from being a surefire winner. At number 2, speaking of consistency, the queen of consistency herself, Thailand. You can't even question it. Thailand is consistent. She has been consistent since before she won her national title. She is consistent to this day. She just is the definition of consistency. I am seeing that Thailand is developing. She's definitely not developing as quickly as other women, but she doesn't necessarily need to, because she's been great this entire time. So her development has been very slight, but she is in fact developing. Thailand's consistency is going to be a major strength going into Miss Universe. Like, she has not faltered once. And as a Miss Universe, that's one thing that people are going to treasure, is consistency. Your ability to be Miss Universe every day for 365 days. Okay, maybe not this cycle through, because it's going to be a short reign, but still, when you are Miss Universe, you're Miss Universe every day. You got to be on at the drop of a hat. And Thailand is proving that she can be Miss Universe even on her worst day. I have never seen her off. I am getting more relatability from her, because that was one thing that I didn't get as much from Thailand. Though her performances were consistently great, though she seems very comfortable in front of the camera, she's one of those women, another one that doesn't have the personal connection or ability to charm an audience as greatly as Australia does or even Canada does. And another thing that she's going to have to watch out of the corner of her eye are the other countries who are coming with very artistic performances during specifically evening gown. Thailand walks very well, she performs very well, but she doesn't deliver a standout, like mesmerizing performance. Not that what we've seen in the national competition. Now, do I expect her to do better during Miss Universe? Yes. And I do believe in her because of her consistency. I know that she's a constant worker. I know that she is consistently working to figure out little ways to be better. So I have complete faith that she is ready for Miss Universe and is ready to dazzle us. At number 1, I'm sure you guys all know by now. I'm sure you have been looking up and down the list and you're like, well, she has to be number 1 because there's no way I left her off the list. At number 1, I have Peru. Oh my goodness, Peru. Queen energy. She's been giving us queen energy since the day she was crowned, and she has given us nothing less. She is fantastic on stage. She knows how to walk, she knows how to speak, but her engagement is also there. And this is one thing that's going to be very difficult for a lot of the girls in the Miss Universe competition. If you're going to try to win Miss Universe, you have to try to be everything. You can't just be good at one thing. You can't just be an outstanding performer. You can't just be a fantastic speaker. You can't just be bubbly and have a great personality. Miss Universe demands it all. So that's why it's so difficult to make a list, because we're kind of judging to see who has the most of everything, right? We know Mexico and Panama can perform. We know United States is going to be like the queen of speaking. We know Venezuela and Colombia can throw it down during swimwear. But the name of the game is to be as much of everything as you possibly can. You can't place emphasis on just one area of competition and think that you are going to win. There are a few women in competition who can be better than Peru in evening gown. There are a few women in competition who can be better than Peru when it comes to speaking ability. And there's a couple of women who have more charisma than her, but she is the most complete package that I see at this point. And that's what matters. Now, we all know every list is subject to change and nothing's final until we get into prelims, okay? We all saw what happened last year. We could easily have a squirrel on the floor and it scares some of the girls and they trip and fall. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Somebody could get the hardest question during interview and it could knock some of our favorites right out of the game, people we didn't even see coming. We can never really guess what's coming for the girls during competition, only to wish that they are as prepared as possible for those curveballs that we know are inevitably going to come their way. So good luck, ladies, and I look forward to see what all of you guys bring to competition. I'm so excited. In the comment section below, let me know who is on your list. Who's your top 10? Who's your top 5? Has your list changed since these little 60-second interviews, introductions come out? Let me know what you think. Is there anything else going on in pageant world that we haven't discussed? I'm well aware there's some stuff that happened in pageant land, but it's just, it never ends. It's a competition full of women. Like, there's always going to be something, right? Anyways, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Like I said, if this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. I would love to see your wonderful face again. I love you, I'll miss you, and you know I will be back in a future video. Bye!